belongs to love. Let me not fear. Today belongs to love. Let me not fear. Today belongs to love. Let me not fear. Today belongs to love. Let me not fear. Father, today I would let all things be as you created them. Give your Son the honor due his sinlessness, the love of brother to his brother and his friend. Through this I am redeemed. Through this as well the truth will enter where illusions were. Light will replace all darkness, and your Son will know he is as you created him. Today belongs to love. Let me not fear. 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 A special blessing comes to us today from him who is our Father. Give this day to him, and there will be no fear today, because the day is given unto love. Today belongs to love. Let me not fear. 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 Lesson 274. Today belongs to love. To love, let me not fear. Okay, here we go. I'm going to read it. We'll talk about it. Paragraph 1, 2 paragraphs. Father, today I would let all things be as you created them, and give your Son the honor due his sinlessness, the love of brother to his brother and his friend. Through this I am redeemed. Through this as well the truth will enter where illusions were. Light will replace all darkness, and your Son will know he is as you created him. That was a prayer that, in italics. Now, second paragraph, here we go. A special blessing comes to us today from him who is our Father. Give this day to him, and there will be no fear today, because the day is given unto love. All right, so there we have it. And now we're going to read through it again, go a little slower. Today belongs to love. Let me not fear. Okay, we start by talking about this beautiful reminder. Today belongs to love. Love with a capital L, right? Capital L. And love with a capital L is not love as we generally think of love in this world. Love in this world is a lowercase l. Love in this world is generally not true love. It's not unconditional love, right? There are strings attached to the love that we have. And the love in this world tends to be, I will love you if, right? It's conditional. I will love you if you love me back, right? I will love you if you do this for me. I will love you if you are pretty, if you're beautiful. For example, I'm not giving some examples, right? If you're not, I don't love you anymore, Or if you treat me unkind, I don't love you anymore. Or if you don't give me what I want, bye bye. Right? Bye bye love. So the love that the Course is talking about is not a love of this world. This is love that is our true nature, that is our true reality. This is the love of God we're talking about, a love that can never change and has never changed. It's not even unconditional love. It's unconditional love is just a concept that has no meaning in reality. Unconditional love only has meaning in this world of duality, of this world of perception. We talk about unconditional love, and we aspire to that. But when we get to that love, there's no more, right? There's nothing to aspire to anymore, right? We're there. We're back at home. We're in the love. And Jesus often basically equates God with love. And he says from the very beginning, Jesus says very beginning of the Course, right from the introduction, the famous introduction of the Course, this Course does not aim at teaching the meaning of love, for that is beyond what can be taught. It does aim, however, at removing the blocks to the awareness of love's presence, which is your natural inheritance. The opposite of love is fear, but what is all-encompassing can have no opposite. Now, the interesting thing is that love in the introduction is not with a capital L, but I think that's the reason is because it's not really talking about love. Well, it could be capitalized, when it says the meaning of love. This Course does not aim at teaching the meaning of love, but I think it doesn't capitalize it there only because that would be not really fully understood by most people, right? The meaning of love with a capital L. So I think they probably chose to, the editors, Ken and Helen and possibly Bill, chose to keep it lowercase there. It does aim at, however, at removing the blocks to the awareness of love's presence, which is your natural inheritance. The opposite of love is fear. In this world, the opposite of love is fear, right? So there, love does not need to be capitalized. Love's presence could be capitalized, but again, I think there probably was a conscious decision not to capitalize it. The opposite of love is fear, but what is all-encompassing can have no opposite. So love with a capital L really has no opposite in reality. And that's interesting that in this first paragraph does not talk about God, right? In this introductory paragraph, it does not mention God once in that paragraph, but then it says this Course can therefore be summed up very simply in this way: nothing real can be threatened, nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. So what Jesus is doing is equating essentially God with love from the very beginning. Now, it does not say herein lies the peace of love, because that wouldn't make sense to most people, right? The peace of God makes sense. But ultimately, God is love, right? And God is only love. And fear has no reality, and fear is basically synonymous with ego. Ego is fear-based thinking in all its forms. Whereas love is of the Spirit, Holy Spirit, right? Ultimately, love with a capital L is God, is our reality. In this world, the ego thought system is a thought system based in fear, and the Holy Spirit's thought system is a thought system based in love. But really, we can look at it more as forgiveness as the way to love, right? As we forgive, as we learn our lessons in forgiveness, we find our way back to love once again, which is our true self, which is our true nature, which is our true reality, which is what God is, and which has never changed. And because God created us as love, as a loving creator created us as love. That's what we are, and that's all that we really are. Right? And that's the crux of the matter. That's that in a sense, that's why this is so challenging, because we tend to think of ourselves as a person, right? We tend to think of ourselves as a persona, as a personality, and that is egoic, right? Because ultimately, love goes beyond persons. I was thinking today of I do a lot of thinking about I'm a writer and a thinker, and I do a lot of plays on words. I was thinking about the similarity between the word person and the word prison, right? That feeling like that we are this person with this story, with this history, and we take it very seriously. We make it very real. It does ultimately become a prison unless we learn a way to free ourselves from the prison of personhood. And this course is offering us a way. Now, this does not mean that you cannot enjoy being, the person that you are. In fact, I think you will enjoy being the person you are that much more when you are more in your loving self, right? It's because we're not in our loving self, and we let other things get in there, that we remain stuck in our misery, despair, depression, anxiety, worry, and all the other things. But we will enjoy being in the body and being this person that much more when we can learn to let go of the things that are in the way. So let's read this. Father, today I would let all things be as you created them, and give your Son the honor due his sinlessness, the love of brother to his brother and his friend. Now, friend is with a capital F. Your Son is everyone, right? Your Son is everyone, every other brother, every other person, every other that you meet, whether animal, vegetable, mineral, event, anything is your brother, right? Anything outside of you that you see as separate, that you see as other, that is your brother, right? So, and you see your brother in the light of love. You see your brother without sin. You see your brother without any problems, without any. You overlook everything except the love that they are, right? Love of brother to his brother and his friend. It's an interesting phrasing there. The love of brother to his brother and his friend. Who is the friend? Because it's capitalized. Could be the Holy Spirit. I mean, I think ultimately it's the Holy Spirit or Jesus. interesting. If you have a comment on this, how you would look at this, it's not coming to me at the moment, but I think it's basically saying that the way to God is through our brother, seeing our brother as ourselves, seeing our brother as the loving self that we all are. And when we see our brother that way, we see our brother through the eyes of the Holy Spirit, or with Christ's vision, and that is our friend, right? Jesus, or Christ, is our friend. The Holy Spirit is our friend, our guide, our guide home, right? Through this I am redeemed. Through this as well, the truth will enter where illusions were. Light will replace all darkness, and your son will know he is as you created him. So we learn to, we see our brother with the eyes of forgiveness, through the eyes of complete forgiveness. And as we do that, we remind ourselves that we are also forgiven. And when we realize that we are without sin, completely without darkness, then we remember what it is to be home again. And I think that's basically what it is. And there was a lesson. I think the lesson already came. There is nothing to fear. It was early on in the workbook. There is nothing to fear. Right. So this is also hearkening to that. There is actually nothing to fear. The ego is nothing. The ego does not have any power whatsoever in reality. Do not give it power now. You do not have to give it energy. You do not have to give it power. It does not have to be something that is in the way. You do not need the ego to orchestrate your life. You don't need the ego to control your life, right? And that's just another way of saying fear does not. You do not need to make choices out of fear in any way, shape, or form, right? You do not need to make any choice out of fear. Instead, make every decision from a place of love. What does that look like, though? I think what it looks like is you remain vigilant, and you watch your mind, and you watch how your mind will slip into that fear-based thinking, that you can call it egoic thinking. And when it does that, you notice that it's doing that you're doing that. You're latching on to these egoic thought patterns, and you just gently but firmly say, no, that's not true. I'm not going there. I'm gonna stay in the love, right? I must stay in the love. Namaste. Paragraph 2. So the first paragraph is prayer to God the Father. Second paragraph is Jesus talking to us. A special blessing comes to us today from Him who is our Father. Give this day to Him. So a special blessing comes to us today from Him who is our Father. Again, it's saying God is love, right? Today belongs to love. So today belongs to the Father. Today belongs to God the Father, who is love, and that love created me like itself. I am that love. Give this day to Him, and there will be no fear today, because the day is given unto love. With a capital L. Right? So, Him who is our Father, who is love. End of story, right? Period. End of story. God, as love, is our Father, in the sense that love created us as love is, and because we are a loving creation of a loving Creator, we need not fear, because love is the only reality, and we do not need to make any choices from fear. We do not need to make any choices that are based in that tiny mad idea of separation, in other words. Instead, we can make all choices from a place of love. And we can we can just let go of any, I'm just going to say thought patterns, any thought patterns that are not loving. Any thought patterns, any and all thought patterns that are not loving. So, hope this is a little helpful. I'm gonna do a reading today. The reading for the golden moments in A Course in Miracles. I'm going to talk about truly helpful. So I hope these videos are truly helpful. Some of you have been watching, I know. Thank you so much for tuning in, and it's the awakening, the resurrection of the Son of God is what's happening here, and the Son of God is you. Right? Special blessing comes to us today from Him who is our Father. Give this day to Him. There will be no fear today, because the day is given unto love. The day belongs to love. Let me not fear. The day belongs to love. Enjoy.